Hey guys, it's Hi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Hey.
I came to a conclusion recently that I feel as if I should share with you about confirmation bias, especially in manifesting. And I see this come up a lot, like especially in my coaching, which by the way, if you want coaching with me, link in the description. Here are the prices, and I would love to help you. But I see confirmation bias come up a lot, and I also notice it within my own life. So the first thing I want to say is if you are constantly seeing undesirable things, or you feel like nothing is working, or you feel like nothing is changing, or you're in this cycle of like, why isn't this working? What am I doing wrong? Why can't I get this? The first thing and the most important thing I always say immediately off the bat is make sure you're actually applying thought awareness consistently. I feel like you guys hear me like this. Thought awareness is so important. What a lot of the time happens in manifesting is people will say their affirmations but still be acknowledging and thinking, oh, they didn't text me. They'll literally be like, they're texting me, I'm so happy that we're together, like everything's working, my appearance looks the exact way I want them to, and then 10 minutes later they're like, why the fuck is this not working? Like, what else do I need to be doing right now? So thought awareness is important. Thought awareness is making sure that every single time you think about your desire, you stop yourself and ask yourself, how am I thinking about this right now? Is this something I want to see, or is this something I do not want to see? Okay, if that thought is something I do not want to see keep showing up, I'm going to flip it to an affirmation. Make sure you're doing this. If you're not entirely sure if you're doing this, do nightly check-ins where every night you ask yourself, how many times today did I think, acknowledge, or focus on my desire not being here and manifestation not working, or the 3D circumstances I don't want? And see how often you're actually doing it, because chances are you might be doing it. Make sure that you're actually being consistent. Let me talk a little bit about confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is your mind, your brain is going to look for evidence of your own belief systems and assumptions, and then it's going to undermine the facts that are inconsistent with your beliefs. So essentially, your mind is going to be filtering shit out. It's going to say, okay, well, that didn't align with the belief that I hold, so I'm going to filter that out and focus on the proof of the beliefs that I hold. You've probably seen this happen before. Like, this is a great example. Have you ever met a road rager? Like someone that gets really angry in cars. They just get really hostile at cars while they're driving, and they'll just be screaming at cars, and you'll be like, the car didn't even do anything. Like, they barely even did anything. They have confirmation bias because they have the perspective, these drivers are horrible, everyone is horrible on the road, so they're subconsciously seeking that out. They're looking for evidence and proof to back that belief up. And then someone who doesn't have that assumption and doesn't have that road rage or that negative assumptions around those drivers or people on the road are gonna be like, bruh, like it's really not that deep. Another example of this is, say someone has an assumption that they're really unlucky. They have an assumption, I'm so fucking unlucky, luck never happens to me, I'm always getting the short end of the stick, things never work out my way, it never goes the way I want it to, and they have that assumption. If that person is driving to work, they're driving to work, and they get a flat tire, they're gonna be like, see, I got a fucking flat tire, I'm so unlucky, things don't work out the way I want them to, they never work out the way I want them to. And they're gonna ignore the fact that on the drive there, they got 15 green lights in a row. They're not gonna look for that because that's not the evidence or the proof that they are looking for. That's not the evidence they are seeking out. Their brain is filtering that and focusing on the things that are backing up their belief systems, that I'm so unlucky, so of course my tire fucking popped on my way to work. It's not focusing on, oh, all the lights were fucking green. But if you're in that same situation and you have a different belief that I'm so lucky, things work out for me all the time, everything works out for me in my favor, when you are driving to work, you're gonna notice those green lights. You're gonna be like, dang, green light after green light, damn. And then when your tire pops, you're gonna be like, oh, whatever. But shit, I was so lucky today. I got 15 green lights in a row. This is the same for assumptions while manifesting. You are gonna subconsciously and sometimes consciously be searching for proof and reassurance that your beliefs are true. Your worries, your doubt, your fears, your self-doubts, those are true. You're going to be looking for proof that these are true and these are real. This is why self-awareness is very crucial in manifesting, because if you don't have awareness that these belief systems are in place, you don't know that these are affecting your perspective and your view and your bias towards your reality around you. Now, you might be asking, well, how the fuck do I have self-awareness? You have to apply thought awareness consistently to have that self-awareness. We have 70,000 thoughts a day. Do you think it's just natural to be self-aware of all of them? Hell no! You probably won't even be aware of every single one of them when you do apply thought awareness. But when you apply thought awareness, you become more aware of the thought patterns you have around specific topics. So around manifesting, around your belief in yourself, around your ability to succeed, around your specific desires. And at the end of the day, if you don't have an awareness of an assumption being present, you have no fucking idea how it's affecting your life. If I have an assumption, in every situation, I'm just second choice. This is not only going to show up in specific obvious areas of my life, it's going to show up in other areas of my life too. And I'm just going to sit there and be like, why the fuck does this keep happening to me? But if you apply that thought awareness, you'll recognize, okay, what patterns are happening in my reality? Okay, I'm always second choice. I'm always feeling second. I'm never picked first. This is an assumption I hold. Then you have the awareness that this is the confirmation bias you are seeking for. You are looking for proof of that. You ignore every single time you were chosen first. You ignore every single time you were someone's first choice and only focus on the fact that you were second choice. So some other examples of this are like abandonment wounds, okay? So say someone has an abandonment issue. They're gonna be constantly looking for proof that and evidence to back up the fact that they're abandoned. People leave them. There must be something wrong with them. They must not be good enough. They must always have people that just wanna leave them. There must be something wrong with them. But their mind is gonna filter out every single person that stayed with them, that was loyal with them, that was there for them. And it's not going to focus on that because that's not backing up the belief system that's at play. The belief system is people leave. So they're going to be focusing and finding evidence for that. Our minds want reassurance all the time. We always want validation. We always want reassurance. And that's what our mind is doing, is trying to find validation and reassurance of this. So in manifesting, yes, maybe undesirable things are happening in your reality, but they may be affecting you more because you have this bias around them. You may be focusing on nothing ever works out for me. And then you see nothing ever working out for you. You may have this focus on how manifestation is hard for you and everyone always says it's easy, but they're lying, it's not easy. And then you notice manifestation is hard for you because that's what you're looking for evidence for. You have to recognize the belief systems you have and hold are going to be creating not only the physical things around our reality, we know that already, it's going to be creating what we see. And I used an analogy in one of my other videos. I'm going to use it again. If I got purple glasses on, I'm going to see purple. If I got blue glasses on, I'm gonna see blue. So if, say, you have pink glasses on, you have little pretty pink glasses on, and I have yellow glasses on, and I'm gonna be like, y'all, you see how there's fucking yellow everywhere? I don't wanna see this shit anymore, I wanna see pink. And you go, there isn't any yellow. All I see is pink. And I'm gonna sit there and be like, well, you must be lying. That must not be true because I see yellow. But you have to understand, we have different assumptions. We're seeing through a different lens, y'all. But I can change my glasses. I can decide, you know what? Even though I keep seeing yellow, I'm gonna tell myself I see fucking pink. I see pink, I see pink, I see pink. I'm not gonna focus on what's actually showing up or what I'm seeking out. I see pink. And all of a sudden, boop, the glasses change to pink. It doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be difficult. And I hear a lot of people say, I hate when people say manifesting is easy. It's not easy. That is a confirmation you are seeking out, which I get it. Like sometimes if you're even struggling with something you are really passionate about and want really bad and it's not working, I'd be fucking pissed too. So I'm not even shitting on you. I'm saying that I understand, but you have to recognize, okay, I have a confirmation bias here. Like I am seeking this out subconsciously. I don't mean to, but I am seeking this out subconsciously, and that's all that I'm seeing. So recognizing these habits, recognizing these patterns is going to be beneficial for your manifestation journey. So I want you to ask yourself, what are constant things you see in your reality that you don't like, that frustrate you? What are the patterns that you see? And I want you to start seeing and piecing together if there's a confirmation bias there. Are you seeking this evidence out subconsciously to find proof of this? And if you are, you have to make the choice to not do that anymore, which is really just about deciding when you notice, oh, I am making a confirmation bias right now, to not do that. So for example, one of my worries was that I wasn't going to do good enough on YouTube. Okay, so I would always check my likes, I would always check my views, shit like that. And if one video did bad, I'd be like, see, like shit, I must not be doing good enough. People must not like me good enough. But all my other videos were like doing bomb. Do you know what I mean? So I had a confirmation bias there. So you have to recognize, okay, this is the pattern that I'm seeing. I'm seeing this happen often, and I'm gonna stop myself when I notice this pattern is happening and tell myself I don't have to feed into this pattern. I can tell myself right now my video is doing great, even if I don't feel that, even if I feel anxious, even if I feel worried, even if I feel disappointed, I can still tell myself my video is doing great. All my videos do great, and focus on that, because when you do this, you're now changing your bias. You're now gonna be looking for that. Now I'm gonna be subconsciously looking for proof that I'm succeeding. You see what I mean? So assumptions not only create what we see, but it sees what we look for. So that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this made sense. If you guys got any questions, please make sure to ask them down below. And that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, watching these videos help me manifest. Say it with me. Watching these videos help me manifest. Watching these videos help me manifest. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.